My guest is Mr. Frank Fiskers, President and CEO of Scandic Group Hotels. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. Nice to be here. Scandic is we are today a mid-market chain, Northern European mid-market chain. We have 144 hotels under development and in operation. And we've been working with sustainable questions or sustainability all the way back since 1994. So you can say we worked with sustainability even before it became both. I mean, now it is both fashionable and necessary, but we worked with these questions really before they became both fashionable and necessary.
Was that part of the regional culture? Was that part of the founding culture DNA of the leaders of the organization?
Well, I think the leadership at that time saw that if you load a brand with values, and if you are able to load a brand with values, then this brand will be more sustainable than if a brand is commoditized and it can only compete on locations and price. I'm sure the leadership at that time must have had doubts about it. At that time when green was about tree hugging and comfortable shoes, I'm sure they had doubts whether this would be good for the business or good for the bottom line. But they persevered, and I think they never really faltered in their belief that this was going to be one of the big questions. And I think what's important to underline is that the leadership in Scandic has always looked at sustainability as a profit driver. And we've seen over the years now in terms of various returns on investment, but also in terms of the hard return of investment, in terms of profit on the bottom line, I think we've seen that it has been a good decision and a good investment over the years. Because I think there are two things to it. I think one thing, there is the cost saving parts of it. If you are clever with your energy resources and you're clever with your energy management, of course you will save money, which is good for the business. But I think also, and this is most important, I think if you take a futuristic approach to sustainability, it is something about making sure that you position your company so that you can take advantage of these changes that we all know will come in terms of legislation, in terms of consumer behavior. There will be changes driven by a protection of our environment. And I think if you don't position your company so that you can take advantage of these changes, then I think you're a bit of sleeping during class. I think people are in various degrees of acceptance of urgency with these questions. I think most people realize, so it's not really about being clever, I think most people realize that we need to do something about it. And you need to act in a sustainable way. But I think there are various degrees of acceptance of urgency. But if you're responsible to your business and to your shareholders, I think you make sure that you position your company in such a way that you can navigate in these new waters that we are sailing into. So my advice generally to friends in the sector when they come and ask us about what we have done, it's about ensuring that this is not a corporate policy, or it is not a corporate program. Don't run a sustainability program and say we now have a program to run. I think the trick is really to get it as part of the culture of the company, to make sure that you do sustainability across everything you do. Everything you do must really be done in a sustainable way. Not just saying that we have a nice brochure, we have a sustainability department, and we have a sustainability program that runs through a certain. You have to make sure it becomes part of the DNA of the company. And this is not something that I can take credit for. This is something that leadership before me have done in the company. But today, we have 6,500 employees, and this is really a part of work every day.